Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And I know it's been a pretty long break and I've been way off my regular upload schedule, but this is feeling so great to be back and I'm fingers crossed hoping to meet a more regular schedule this time. Thank you so much for your support, for sticking around. And I'm back with a really yummy, tasty recipe of cheesecake. And what's better, it's a no-bake cheesecake. So it's literally no baking of any sort. All you have to do is mix and pop it into your refrigerator, and it's going to give you a beautiful, creamy, delicious cheesecake. So if you've been following me for some time, you already know that I have a sweet tooth, and cheesecake is something which I lean towards. If I'm checking out any new place, I'll probably order the cheesecake first on their menu. So this recipe of cheesecake is really simple. As I said, there is no baking of any sort, so all you need is 30 minutes on hand to whip it all together, leave it overnight in your fridge, and you're gonna have a cheesecake ready. So let's go.
So the first thing we are going to make is our base, and all we need is biscuit and butter. And I've linked all the quantities on my description box. Do check it out there. So all I'm going to do is break this down into smaller pieces and get it crushed in the mixie, which is just the easier way to do it than with your hand. And you want to melt down your butter. You want your biscuit to be finely ground. It doesn't have to be absolutely like powder like, but just fairly, nice and powdery. I'm going to pour in my melted butter into this and then give it a mix. And if you feel it's less, you can go ahead and add in a little bit more. Basically, you want to get it like a wet, sandy sort of texture. So I'm going to move this into my cheesecake tray and set it, just pressing it down lightly. And you can use the bottom of a cup to kind of, just get it set. And here I'm making 2 cheesecakes today. Of course, if you're making one, just half down the ingredients that I have mentioned in my description box if you need to make just one cheesecake. Now coming to the cream mix, and for that the first thing I want to do is I want to get my gelatin to flour, and for that I'm using half a cup of water, and to this I'm adding 3 teaspoons of gelatin, and I'm just going to mix this and set it aside. And before I move on to mixing my cream and cheese, so for the cream mix I need whipping cream, I need cream cheese, powdered sugar, and for that hint of sourness I'm going to be adding lemon juice. So firstly, take my whipping cream into a separate bowl, and I got whipping cream here, but it's unlikely that I know it might be difficult to get whipping cream. So if you don't get whipping cream, you can just use regular cream. Just make sure you use a full fat cream, and you want to whip this till you get soft peaks. Okay, so it looks something like this. So that's the kind of up to which you want to whip. And once that's done, you take your cream cheese into a separate bowl and then whip it till it becomes nice and soft. Yeah, so now once it's soft, I'm going to add in my powdered sugar. So when you add your powdered sugar, make sure you add it in batches, add it slowly. And if you're using whipped cream, your whipped cream is also going to be a little sweet, so just keep a note of that. Keep some sugar for reserve to check if you need to add. So now I've added my cream cheese into my whipped cream. I've added my 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and I'm just going to whip it together till it all comes together. I don't want to over whip it here. And now, because I thought the sweetness is a little less, I've just added a little bit more powdered sugar and then whip it again. And now I'm going to be adding my gelatin. So the gelatin has been heated and it's melted nicely into the water, and I'm going to mix this into my mixture, and I've got this beautiful fluffy mix, and I'm just going to be dividing this into my 2 cheesecakes. This recipe really makes the most light and fluffiest and smoothest cheesecake which I've ever had. So now that I have this ready, I'm going to pop this into the fridge for setting, and meanwhile I'm going to make my blueberry compote. And for that you need blueberries, powdered sugar, and to the blueberries I'm going to be adding around half a cup of water. Add my powdered sugar, around 2 to 3 tablespoons depending on how sweet you like it. And then I'm going to be adding around a teaspoon of gelatin. To this, a teaspoon of lime juice, just for that sourness. And then I'm going to heat this, and you want to leave this on. Of course, keep a good eye on it, and you want to let it really nice and simmer, and just give it a nice mash so you break those blueberries, and then you'll get a nice rich jammy like consistency, and this will get thicker as it cools. So you may need to simmer it for maybe 5 minutes until it reaches this consistency. So once it's cool, I transfer this to the top of my cheesecake, spread it evenly, and this really adds a beautiful flavor to your cheesecake. So if you don't like blueberry flavor, you can even do this with strawberries or any berry. The berries work really well with the cheesecake, creamy texture of the cheesecake. So it's up to you. You can decide how you like it. Leave this in the refrigerator for another few minutes, and then you should have your cheesecake ready. So this is how it looks. It's beautifully, the sourness of the blueberries really cuts through the creamy cheesy flavor. And from my second cheesecake, I just served it with Nutella, and that makes a great Nutella cheesecake. So like I said, it's an amazingly versatile recipe. You can pair it with your favorite ingredients. Do check it out and let me know how you like it.
I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It is a pretty versatile recipe. You can really add in any kind of flavoring that you wish. Just add in chocolate or Nutella to your cream base, or you can add in any fruit like mango pulp. Just make sure when you're adding in your fruits, especially, it's a kind of there's no water of any sort, so you really need to add the concentrated pulp to add in the flavor, and not mix it with water. So apart from that, you can go ahead and try different flavors of your cheesecake. So if you do try it out, let me know in the comment section below how you like it. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next week, it's me, Dhivya, signing out. How the kitchen looks when we are cooking.
Oh. My face also.